Well, good morning. Figure we'll do something a little different today instead of working on race car crap. I'm kind of tired of working on race car crap, and it's not race car season. So we got us an old 51 Ford that we've had a lot of issues with because it had sat for a long time. So that happens. But we got it running, got it where we could drive it, and then it stopped pumping fuel. So I bought a different fuel pump, and here's the new one that we just got. Showed up yesterday from Speedway Motors. They actually have them in stock. It's actually an Offenhauser pump, which here's the other one that had the wrong sized fittings on it. So when we got that one, I took the diaphragm in the bottom half of the pump and replaced the top half with the old one that wasn't working, and I don't know, it still wasn't working. There's a little bit of fuel in there, but that's only because I blew air back into the tank to make sure that it wasn't plugged up. And then when I took the hose off, because I'd pressurized the tank, it blew fuel back out. So I thought, oh hey, there's a good way to prime it. So I did that and then hurried up and jammed the hose on it, and it put a little fuel in there, but it won't draw any fuel. The car will run when it's got fuel in the carburetor, but it just can't get any fuel in the carburetor right now. So I got the old pump off, got the new pump ready to go to put on. I got to transfer the fittings over, the brass fittings, that one right there, and this one right here. Got to put a push rod in it. Ordered a new one of those as well, just in case, bushing, which I'm not real sure where the bushing goes, but we'll figure that out. Here's the car. It's been sitting again. When you don't have a garage, you've got is this, and you have the pollen from hell in the spring. Car looks like this. Yes, it's been sitting that long. It's really a pretty good, nice car. It's a clean car. It's all original. Yep. Yeah, the headliner needs a little attention, but the seats are good. So here's the box it came in. Here's a new push rod. The bushing in here too. I can get a hold of the push rod. Bushing, gasket, don't need that. Let's see what else we got. There are 2 gaskets in there, yeah. Two gaskets. I don't know why it came with 2 gaskets. Probably an oversight on their part. But I don't even remember what's in this box. Got battery charger on it. Battery's been sitting. Didn't think I had any power out here, so I brought the little generator out. There it is. Flathead, it's all original. Had to have the generator rebuilt. We had to put water pumps on it. Bought a new carburetor for it. There's where the fuel pump goes, right there. I got to get that off so I can get the push rod out and change the push rod. I don't have any fancy way. Got a tire that a little compressed air will fix. I don't have any fancy way to hold the phone up so that you can watch me struggle and work on this thing, but it's not really a struggle to work on. It's actually pretty easy to work on, other than the fact got to have a cinder block to stand on. I'm 6 foot tall, so I'm not necessarily a short person. I mean, I'm not real tall, but I'm not necessarily short. And by 1951 standards, I'm above average height. And you can't reach a damn thing on this without standing on something. This car it's tall. But, all right, well, get back to this, and I'll get back to this in a little bit and let you know how things are going. But here's a little disclaimer. We've had this car a long time. I don't even know how many years now. 10, 12, maybe 15. We've done a lot of stuff to it over the years, trying to get it to run. And I can't remember everything I've done to it anymore. So what that means is, so we walk over here and we take a look at this. So here's 3 fuel pumps. Here's the new one. Here's the one I just took off. Here's one that I found that I thought was the original pump, which is obviously still all together and has different size fittings in it. This one has different size fittings, and it's the new one. They don't fit. So I'm gonna have to go to town, buy some fittings, because of course I don't have anything that fits. This is the one that came off the car. The fittings fit. But I know at one time we'd bought a diaphragm kit for it and couldn't figure out how to put it in. And maybe I figured out how to put the diaphragm kit in, and it just doesn't work. But, so here's the pump push rod that come out of it, which I thought I had bought a new one and had changed it once, but that sure doesn't look like a new one. There's a nice new shiny one that's going to go in. Yeah, so there's that. Like I said, we've had it a long time, and I don't remember everything we've done to it at this point. So maybe I put the diaphragm kit in the pump that was on the car. But why we've got 3 of them at this point, if that's what I done, I don't know. But anyway, the pump that I bought now, the fittings aren't the same, so I'm gonna have to go buy fittings to put in it, or maybe just put the new push rod in and throw the old original pump back on and see if it works, because that's not gonna work. Just a little update. I decided instead of going to town to buy fittings, that I would put the new push rod in, put the other pump back on, the one that was on the motor, because it did work. I mean, we drove the car a dozen times, and then it had a fuel delivery problem, and I can't remember if I put the diaphragm kit in it or not at this point. So I thought, well, obviously that's the old original push rod. So I put a new push rod in it, put the pump on it. I got to get it finished buttoned back up. Got it down on there. I need to put the fuel lines back on and put one more nut back on there and tighten it all up. Get the key, hook the battery back up, and then we'll see if it works. Because at this point, I'm just, I don't know. It's old. It's fought with us all the time. Because it sat from like 1976 till we got it in 2005, 2006, 2008. I don't know, somewhere in that area. I can't remember. I'm old. I got too many projects to work on. I can't keep everything straight anymore. But it sat for a long time. Then we got it. We did a bunch of stuff to it. We got it running. Got it running again. Got it running again. Got it running again. Finally thought we had everything all figured out. Drove it to town several times. Took it to town and go to eat. People love it. They see it driving down the road, and they wave at you and pull up next to you at stop signs and stoplights and have you roll your window down and they say, man, I love that car. So I just want to get it running. Anyway, I need to get to work. All right, got everything all hooked up. Fuel lines hooked up. Got some gas in the carburetor. Battery cables hooked back up. That line's hooked up. The clamp ain't on it. It'll be all right. Battery charger's still on it. So, let's see what's going to happen here. Oh, hey, look. Dome light works. Move the crap out of my way. Move all my junk out of the way. Still got the bushing. Decided that I don't know how the hell to get that out of the block. Gaskets. Might use them later. Let's see. I don't even know what that is. That's an electric fuel pump I bought. Little clickety-clackety one. I decided I didn't want to use it because, All right. I'm not left-handed. All right. Keys in the ignition. 3 on the tree. We're in park. I guess put the choke on part way. Let's see what happens. Battery's still dead. That's what happened. All right. Been sitting on the charger a while. Let's see what happens. There's the key. Nope, not yet. I guess we gotta let it sit or go buy a new battery. I don't want to buy a new battery. Batteries are expensive. So that battery is taking a charge, but it's taking a really long time. So I'm gonna go to town, run to Napa, buy a battery, and hope that works. Bye. Went to go to Napa to get a new battery, and well, it's 1:45 right now, but it was about 12:30 when I got there. And of course, on Saturday they close at noon. Hey, Napa, I like buying stuff from you, but you need to stay open a little later on Saturdays. Thanks. New battery installed. We put the battery charger on it just in case, because it's been a while since the thing's run. It might fuss a little. Got a little fuel in the carburetor. All right. Let's see what happens. Whoop, it's promising. Put a little more gas in the carburetor. Pull the choke. Here we go. Try it again. Ain't getting no gas. Maybe the pump ain't no good. Let's see, what do we got? Nope, not hardly any fuel in there. All right. Let's put a little of this in there. That ought to be good to flood it. I don't think that fuel pump's working. Crap. Because I'm going to have to go back to town to get fittings. What do we got? Oh, hey, maybe it is working. Look at that. There's fuel in the pump, in the filter. All right. I'm going to shut this off. Well, it's idling, but I think it's just off what's in the bowl. I think as soon as it runs out, it'll quit. Good. Good. The filter's got fuel in it. The pump is working. Put some fresh gas in it. Maybe that has something to do with it. Okay. So far so good. Turn the battery charger off. The generator's actually working now. I'm starting to think maybe it's fixed. It wouldn't run that long before on what was in the bowl, because that's a little coke bowl. Talking well over a minute right now, and normally it was only 20 seconds, maybe 25 seconds. We'll let it run a little longer. Get some heat in it. Let's walk around back. Close the butt flap. By golly. Let's see what we got in here. put that much gas in it. It's showing almost full. Seems a little carried away. Getting some temp. Let's turn the choke down a little. I'm scared to turn it down all the way, because it might die. Oh, let's turn it down all the way. Oh yeah, we need to turn the idle up a little. I need to go get a screwdriver because that idle's too low. Turn the idle up a little. It's vibrating a little bit. Might be missing a bit. I think it's idling a touch too high now, but I'll probably be able to turn it down once it gets driven a little. The plugs are probably not so hot at this point since it's been sitting. And ooh yeah, we gotta go get an air tank, put some air in that tire. Wanna know how you fix that annoying vibration? There, that's how you fix that annoying rattle. Yeah, we'll have to do something about that. All right. Uh-oh. Maybe the clutch not working anymore. Low. There's reverse. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Crap. Well. Well, shit. Like I said, this thing is a non-stop issues. The clutch worked fine when we parked it. Not now. So here's where we are. Changing the fuel pump push rod, fixed it. Listen. Been sitting here running 15 minutes. Had to turn the idle up a little, but that ain't no big deal. But the problem is, hopped in it, went to put it in gear, the clutch won't engage. I mean, not at all. So, it needs a clutch. I guess I could jack it up and make sure the linkage is all still connected, but it's just been sitting here for 2 years. So I'm sure everything is still connected underneath. It's just the clutch is toast, because it's probably still the factory clutch from 1951. So it's, let's do the math, 71 years old. But I mean, it runs. I mean, it was a little fussy when I went to start it, but I mean, it seems to be, we still got good oil pressure and temperatures right in the middle of the temp. Charging is just the other side on the charge. Here, I'll show you. You say that. Say it there, look. But no, seriously. So, I mean, the temperature's good. Oil pressure's still good. It's charging while it's sitting here idling. I probably need to turn the idle down just a touch, but at this point, you know, clutch pedal's engaged, clutch pedal down. Yep, that is officially effed up. So, we won't be driving it to town tomorrow.